We're live. Hello, everybody.
Yo!
Welcome
Good
in the
morning.
morning ritual.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to another episode of our show where we don't know how to officially start it. So we just kind of
We'll scream at the
stumble
camera
into the
for the
intro.
first
Yeah.
several minutes.
I didn't even call you motherfuckers yet. What's up, motherfuckers?
What's up, motherfucker?
I am one of your hosts, Noir. I go by Hive. And on this side...
Other side.
Nope, on this side...
Hello, that's me.
It's
I'm
the
your
other-
other host. My name is Nita. My pronouns are she, they. And we've got an amazing guest for you today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Alec, or Alex Bard, pronouns he, him. I am a TTRPG content creator, professional ballroom dancer, and not your real dad.
What if you are, though? We got a Gorgon
Oh,
situation.
I forgot milk.
I have to say, that is quite the combination of things. I still remember the first time I discovered that you were an actual professional ballroom dancer. And I was just like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. No, it's always a weird thing to say. People always go, "What do you mean?" Like, I worked for Fred Astaire for 7 years.
Wow.
And danced for them and danced competitively for them for 7 years. I still do from time to time. I still compete, but I don't teach anymore. I taught for 6 years, and then I was a manager for 1, and then I left. But yeah, it's always a weird thing to say. They're like, "Wait, so you play Dungeons and Dragons, and you dance?" Yes, that's pretty much the whole spiel. That's what I do. That's it. Period. Stop.
I'm just imagining the weirdest version of High School Musical where you have to choose D&D
or dance. It's the big game or the big competition. What do I do?
Dungeons and Dancers.
I'd watch it.
So I know that I know you most prevalently. Accurate words. I know you most prevalently from TikTok. So I have to ask, how did you get started in that? Like, I know for myself, just convincing myself to download the app was a journey in and of itself. So like, how do you go from downloading this app to like having a really impressive presence on there?
So essentially it was, like a lot of people's stories, it was COVID, really, that because I'm from Wisconsin, and our dance studio was classified as a gym, like basically in the set of businesses. So we were closed for longer. And my roommate was like, "You should download this app, TikTok." And I was like, "That's the app where the kids post their dances. That doesn't sound like anything I want to be on at all." And she's like, "You just download it. Just download the app." And so I did, and I was like, "Okay, this is teehee, this is funny, haha." And I posted a few videos, and then like my therapist is like, "You seem to talk about this TikTok thing a lot. You should keep doing that." And I was like, "All right, therapist, you know what you're talking about." And so I kept doing it, and eventually it just like got to the point where I was like, "Oh, I can pay my bills with this. Cool." And so then I kept going, and it just kind of snowballed from there. That here I am, 4 years later.
Funny enough, I did not know you're in Wisconsin. What is it with Wisconsinites taking over TikTok?
I don't know, man. We got beer and cheese, and now we have TikTok. We're coming for it. That's all we got. It's either that or snow. So
see, now I have to ask this question, and I hate that I have to ask it. Are you a
Mhm.
Packers fan?
Of course I am.
God damn it!
Do you
Okay,
think
well, we're cutting the
I will
stream.
I'll get excommunicated by my family? What do you mean? It's indoctrinated from when we were
Get
young.
this cheese head off my show!
Are you a Bears fan?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm out of here.
All right, everybody. Well, that was a good episode. We'll talk to you. We'll see you next. Well, we won't see you next week.
You know what's funny is I know we have some international fans.
They're like, "Oh, we have no idea."
That show's gonna go way over.
Yeah.
It's. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like from when we were kids, at least here in Wisconsin, it's like you like the Packers, you like the Brewers, you like the Bucks. That's it. Nothing else.
Over here in Chicago, it was you love the Bears, you hate the Packers. Where I was from, you love the Sox, you hate the Cubs. And hockey's a thing that happens every now and then.
Right. We had like there's the Milwaukee Admirals. I've been to their games, but do I really know anything else about them besides from the hot dogs are kind of slamming when you're there? No. Nothing else.
Nothing
Just-
like ballpark dogs or something else.
There's something about like food from like a sports event that's just
Yeah.
better.
My buddy has a really fucked up theory. Anywhere that the bathrooms have a trough, the food is going to be lit.
Facts. That's honestly facts.
I don't know why.
He's on to something though.
He's onto something because like Ren fairs, like food slaps at Ren fair,
Right?
and like you peeing in a trough at Ren fair, like it makes sense. It's a very viable theory.
Like he hit me with that when we were way too stoned to be having conversations. And I'm like, I think there's something to this.
Hold up. Keep talking.
God damn it, we're on to something. No, but all right. So I always imagine in those situations where someone who is destined to kind of have an impact on the app when they get talked into it by somebody else. I always wonder what's that person like now. Like they're just like, hey, remember I had to talk you into getting into TikTok.
Yeah, no, she doesn't let me. She doesn't let me forget it. Doesn't let me forget it. It's always like this whole career that you have now. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad I talked you into it? I'm like, shut the hell up. All right. No, they definitely are like, it's insane that they literally just they just bothered me during COVID because I had nothing to. I was playing Call of Duty and sleeping. Like that was it. And then we had to teach virtual dance classes, but if you ever tried to teach cha-cha over Zoom,
Oof.
all right,
Oh
it's
my
not-
god,
it's
I'm
not-
so sorry.
And then I have a 140-pound Alaskan Malamute that is jumping at me, being like, "Dad, what the hell are you doing in the living room right now?" That was all I did, and so they convinced me to download the app, and they have yet to let me forget it to this day. 4 years later, whole career. It's because of me, right? It's because of me.
I'm sorry, that sounds like me. Like I would be that person. You're
And
saying that?
no, next week you're going to be teaching dance over at PAX U, correct?
Correct. I'm teaching Social Dancing for Nerds 101 on the 2nd. I believe it's from 1:30 to 2:30. I should know that. It's on my Twitter. Check it out. But yeah, I'm teaching basically it's going to be a group class setting, and it's going to be taught in a way that even if you don't have a partner or you're not comfortable making physical contact or you have limited ranges of physical mobility, you'll be able to learn some dancing. It's just it's one of the things that I hear so often is all of my friends who are nerds like me, they're like, I don't dance, I don't know how to dance. I was like, anybody could do it. You just need one, a good teacher, and two, you just need a little time, a little effort. You can do it. Two left feet is a myth. It's a myth.
Shut up, Anita.
What do you mean?
Anita's trying
I've tried to teach him how to dance.
I can't do it.
I got you. Gen Con next year, I got you. I got you.
It's fucked up because I truly believe there's no such thing as not being able to sing. But I'm a straight up hypocrite when it comes to dance. I can't do it. I wasn't born to do it.
No, you can't. But if the thing is it's one of those things that if you're not comfortable doing it, you're not gonna want to do it at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's you're communicating without any words whatsoever. Basically, your dancing is the communication of just through movement. So it could be a vulnerable thing. And you're like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it.
The only reason I know how to dance is because a song would come on the radio and my mom would grab me and dance with me in the living room.
Oh,
That's
adorable.
She forced me to dance.
I can dance when there's tequila in my system with a cop car that needs to be twerked on. Very
That is so specific.
I'll tell you, I could dance 13 different ballroom dances. Can't twerk to save my life. Can't do it. Can't do it. I could do lead and follow. I have 13 different dances. Can't twerk.
I hate how well I can twerk. I'm like, why did God give me this? Why did God give me this skill?
One day you will know the reason why you can twerk.
This is my moment.
This is my journey. Somebody at some con one day is like, we need a D&D player to twerk. Someone, and then you will just step from the crowd and save the day.
We're robbing this bank unless a short, chubby black guy twerks on this table right now.
It's my moment. It's your Superman moment.
Oh, sorry, we got a little carried away. So my next question is, how did you transition from your TikTok presence to leading actual plays and GMing actual plays? I'm not sure if you've produced one yet, but I'm kind of curious about your experience in the actual play realm.
Yeah. Well, it was I think well into my first kind of year on TikTok. I had started to make friends in that kind of space. Hadn't even touched put my foot in the door in any other part of the space, but beyond the TikTok creators. And a couple of my friends were doing that, and they were streaming their D&D games, and I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. I want to do that. And so I did my first show back in 2020 or 2021, which it was just a Zoom call in the middle of a layout that I bought off of Stream Elements. I think it was not great. And there was a lot of things I just, I didn't understand or didn't know about producing actual plays and things like that. But then I started to just really enjoy it. And that's truly where my content has kind of shifted. I still make my silly tiki haha videos every now and then, but I mostly produce or GM or play on actual plays these days. And I just shifted into that space because I also went to school for acting. I got a BFA in acting. So it's like telling stories and being in shows and producing shows has always been something I love to do. And I was like, oh, I can do this with this. This is great. And so I just continued to carry that forward to the point now where we're starting a studio here in the Midwest.
Hey, all right. Now I've got to ask, what shows are you running right now? Can you tell us a little bit about your active projects?
Yeah, I mean, so we have Heroes of Bastion, which is the show that we just kickstarted the second season for. Is basically your classic story of 14 superheroes figuring out how to manage homework, being a superhero. That one is wrapping up today. That is on my YouTube channel. There is Secrets of the Core, which is a D&D 5e game. It's a very Mad Maxian type of show that has fully aired on YouTube. And then I've got Mysteries of the Maw, which is a Monsters of the Week game. And that is your more kind of gritty, dark, very akin to The Thing, if you know. Yeah. And then I've got two other shows that have already been recorded and that are in the editing process right now. And
so you're doing the editing on them as well.
Well, so I have two editors that I work with. There's Ms. Lavender, who's been my editor since 2021. She's lovely. She's wonderful. She does all of the edits of the episodes. And then I have Versace Co, who does a lot of the short form edits.
I've heard of Versace Co. I don't know where, but I've heard of them.
Yeah. So I have a team underneath me because there's no way I could produce 5 shows in a year, like full produced shows in a year and get it done.
Speaking of producing shows, I just realized that I forgot to get you on captions. So if it's cool with y'all, I would like to just shift us over to break real quick so that I can get that fixed and we can actually have you on closed captioning.
Sounds good.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Be right back.
Be right back. Goodbye.
It's like critical misses. It's just like, it's a film focused channel and the critical.
We're back. Hello.
We're back. Implies we left. We
All
never
right.
left.
We never left.
That didn't happen.
Bada bing, bada boom.
You missed.
All right.
nothing.
So
Nothing.
I did, you mentioned something that I kind of want to harp back on. You're talking about setting up a Midwestern studio.
Yes.
Got any more information on that?
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I started doing actual plays back in 2020, and we've all watched, we've seen Critical Role and Dimension 20, and these groups that like are producing actual plays at like this studio quality level and stuff like that, and it's a dream of a lot of people to play in a studio, to record in a studio, and do these types of things. And as I've started to kind of gain some traction with my shows and things like that, I started looking around at studio, like recording studios here, at least in the Midwest, but they're all geared towards corporate recording or just things
or photo shoots. I've noticed.
Right. So there isn't a lot for us, and in those spaces that are available, it's exorbitantly expensive. Which is the joke is in the TTRPG space that everyone's just trading the same $20. So it's that it's not everyone can afford a 10 grand to book out a studio for like 2 days, right? And so what we started to do is, I'm working with Gabe Hicks, is we've started to basically build a studio here in Wisconsin, which is what the Kickstarter was for, to basically secure equipment and space and all those types of things, to begin kind of getting that process moving so that we can create a space not only for our own shows that we're going to produce, but if there are groups in the Midwest that don't have the resources to fly to the coast or those types of things, but want to produce their shows at a studio level quality with good equipment, good mics, lights, the whole shebang, that we can provide that service for people in this space, so that everyone can begin to have this experience of like, we want to DM at a table but in a studio, and produce our shows that way. And so that was kind of the brainchild. That's what started. And so we did our first initial phase of funding, which was for Heroes of Bastion season 2, to kind of be a proof of concept, to be like, look what we can do. Now, do you want to do it? Great, come on over, let's talk, let's do it. And make it a more affordable, more reachable option for people that aren't on the West or the East Coast, in those groups that always go on those shows and everything like that.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm just glad that this was happening in the Midwest.
Exactly. We're in the middle here, like, what? We want to do
LA. No, I'm just kidding. So I mean, I've talked to a lot of folks, and some people are just kind of riding the wave, but it seems like you have very specific plans for what you would like to do next. Are there any other plans that you dare speak of aloud, or is it one of those let them cook kind of deals?
Let them cook. I've always been a very goal oriented and a goal driven person. It's kind of something that got pushed into you from Fred Astaire, you know what I mean? Very much like you had to have goals and do certain things. And it's always been like a dream of mine to help provide work and services for other people who want to do the same thing, but maybe just don't know where to go, where to start. Yeah. So the studio is kind of what I'm driving towards right now. But the goal is, to have a brick and mortar building, so that we're not necessarily renting our own space. We have our own space. And this is going to kind of be probably my goal for the next couple years, what I'm working towards, and I'm working on a couple other projects as well, but yeah, this has been this started as an idea in the back of my head back in January, and then I finally pulled the trigger on it this past summer. Like I said, I've been working with Gabe, and he's very much the Obi-Wan to my Anakin. He's been helping me with everything and mentoring me, much to his chagrin sometimes when I'm texting him at 3 a.m. with concerns, and I'm like, what do I do with this? But he's a fantastic role model, fantastic mentor, fantastic GM and creator, and has been invaluable to help get this project moving.
Yeah. What would be some of the best ways for your supporters to assist you in this goal?
I mean, right now is watch the shows. They're all on my YouTube channel right now. Right now it's under Alec the Bard. That will be changing soon. But that I'll post obviously on social media and things like that. Follow Tales of Novum on Instagram. And also we have a Patreon, which we're going to have some Patreon exclusive shows Going into 2024, we're doing I don't think I've officially said this out loud yet. We're doing a Lancer game. Yes.
Lancer!
I am a hoe for the mech genre. So I love me some mechs. So when we were planning the 2024 season, I was like, I'm just gonna slip this word in here, and my editor's like, we already have 5 shows. And I was like, but mechs. I want to do mechs. We're also going to be doing an actual play with the new Deathmatch TTRPG that just got released.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing a la Hunger Games kind of show that'll be Patreon only. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so the Patreon. Deathmatch Island. Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the one that
Yes.
It comes with a can of beans, or it comes with a label for a can of beans.
Yes. Yeah. Right. I got the PDF, so I didn't get the beans.
No.
But that's okay. But yeah, that's the plan at least.
Later, somebody's gonna have to explain the beans.
I will explain the beans later.
That sounds incredibly awesome. Like the whole layout for what you've got coming up. Very excited to see it all come to fruition. I'm kind of curious. What do you mark as your crowning achievement right now?
My crowning achievement. I mean, it's kind of a twofold thing. The award that I got at Gen Con for best indie GM from the Crit Awards, and then the Kickstarter getting fully funded, because it's, we know working in this space, it's kind of nebulous, you know what I mean? It's like hard to when I was in the ballroom world, like very much your value and your success was placement driven, whether you were first, fifth or 5th or 10th or whatever. And so like entering the space as a full-time job, back in July, I didn't really know how to measure, like, am I doing this right? Like, is this actually something I should be doing? And so those 2 moments of the Kickstarter getting fully funded and then winning that award were kind of like the 2 signals for me that I'm like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I can continue to soldier forward.
Hell yeah. Now I've got to take you to some of our standard questions.
Oh boy.
I gotta take you, and there's one that I'm just gonna get out of the way because it breaks my heart.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. In the TTRPG space, there is a war between those of us that see these little guys as storytelling devices. You take them, you roll them, you read the results, and then you're done. There are others of us, though, who see this as the forbidden candy, to be put in one's mouth and crunched. Not crunched. Crunching is if you put something edible in your mouth. Crunching is when you specifically put something inedible in your mouth to nom on it. I have to ask you, what side of this war are you on? Are you on the dice defenders, those who believe that you should not crunch? Are you crunch crew, where you support crunching? Or are you the cowardly third, which is let people do whatever they want, even if it's inherently dangerous?
I mean, who? But here's the thing: who am I to tell people what to not? Wait! I'm not done. Who am I to tell people what they should and shouldn't put in their mouth? All right, like that's not my prerogative. That's it's not my job. It's not my job. Do I look at the shiny dice and I'm like, shouldn't? But I have a friend. They are actually making necklaces that have D20s on them that are like chewy. So it'll be like a chew toy that you can.
I support the chew toy. It's
exactly.
Specifically to be nommed on.
Right.
They are, you're not supposed to nom them.
No, because you're gonna break your teeth.
Yeah, or it's a choking hazard. There are all these reasons.
Right.
So,
somebody in the background with that horn was not very happy with your answer.
I know, right? They're like, pick crotch crew. No. So I mean, I'll just have to mark you down as a dice defender. That's what I'll have to do here.
All right. Yeah, put me down as a dice defender. That's
I
fine.
guess.
That's fine.
Dice defender.
Shadow Dow in chat is apparently glad to see that your mouth has recovered from the misfortune cookie. So
Okay.
could you
hold
go
on.
in on that
Wait.
a little bit?
Let me give a little backstory. So one of the Twitch like goals, you know, for tips and everything like that was one of my mods would send me a Fear Factor box because I'm a little baby and I don't like to eat things I don't like because I got stomach problems. Okay, so they send me a box that's full of bug candy. It's full of mustard flavored soda, ranch flavored soda, enchilada flavored soda. It was
Ugh.
horrendous. And there was also these spicy jelly beans that I tried and I ate and was like, I'm also a little baby when it comes to spice because I'm from Wisconsin and I'm Polish. What do you want from me? And so my mod was like, oh, there's these misfortune cookies in there, which are just fortune cookies with mean fortunes in them. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's fine. Now the cookie was like obsidian black. And I was like, that's a little odd, but it looks like a fortune cookie, tastes like a fortune cookie. It's fine. Started to eat it, and then I noticed my teeth and my tongue were changing colors to the point where my entire mouth was black, like obsidian black. It's a prank cookie to dye your mouth black. And my mouth was that color for like 12 hours, the day before Thanksgiving. So I did eventually like just scrub it with a toothbrush enough that it came off, but I had a black tongue for like 12 hours. It's great. Great.
That they teach you dirty.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see them at PAX. I'm gonna have a word with them at PAX.
You gotta buy another cookie. Guess who's going through PAX
let's
with
see.
a black mouth? You.
Hopefully, my friend isn't in here, but I got an extra one, and I'm gonna try to get him to eat it at PAX. Hamasama-kun. I'm gonna try to get him to eat this cookie.
Oh, Hamasama-kun! Yes,
Yes.
we love one whole Hamasama-kun. Yeah, I used to when I was doing the old streaming, I used to have what was it, Bean Boozle, where no Bomb Boozle, where we would put a dab of the bomb hot sauce on a Bean Boozle. Never again. Never. Oh no.
So the reason I have this here is again another Twitch goal, and so it was like you either answer embarrassing questions or you take a shot of this. I have never sweat and cried so much at the same time. This is the last dab. This is like their hottest one from Hot Ones, and it was horrendous. It hurt my mouth.
Oh.
I had a jug of milk right here that I was just chugging from the entire time.
You know, I've stopped streaming since, but when I talk to the folks at my new job and I talk to them about streaming, they're like, "Oh, that seems so easy. Streaming hardly seems like work." And I'm like, "You don't know the things we do."
I think the limit.
You don't know the horror.
I think that the record was 4 Bomboozles in one stream.
Oh
Yes.
no, your poor stomachs.
And,
Yeah.
and
Feels
that
my
bottle is
asshole
still
all over
haunting
it.
the corner of our pantry.
Yeah, we
Just sitting
still
in the
have
corner,
that bomb hot
staring at you in the corner.
And
Uh,
occasionally I'll grab something
The
out of
things
it
people
and
do
it'll
on
make eye
stream is-
contact with me and I'll just start sweating.
You're just like, no, I'm sorry. Just leave.
We tried to destroy Nora. Yes, y'all did, you sick bastards. But that brings us to our next standard question, which is you get to play with any 5 people that are alive right now. You don't count towards the 5. You get to pick who's the GM and what game you're playing.
Okay. Oh God. That's such a good question. 5 people who are living that like, and it could be anybody. It could
Anybody.
be any game.
Yeah.
And I'm not included, so it's 5 people. Okay.
Oh no,
so,
you're gonna be playing with them, but you don't count towards the 5.
okay, got it. So GM Abria.
Okay.
I want me a GM play Abria real bad. Who do I want to play with though? Okay, just because I want to know what it would be like, Henry Cavill. I've heard him talk about D&D and Warhammer 40K, and I'm like, I just want to know what kind of player you are.
I would be useless at that table because I can't play while I'm hoarding.
That's the only way I play.
That sounds like a skill issue.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd just be staring at his biceps the whole time. That's my secret, Cap. I'm always horny.
Just imagine me just the slow motion punch, but it's got like you holding an anime body pillow.
I declined to comment on that statement. Okay, so Bria as GM, Henry Cavill. Let's see. Honestly, so no one's gonna know who this is but me, but my old Shakespeare teacher from college, his name is Dennis Krausnick. He was one of the founders of Shakespeare and Company. That man, like, if you ever wanted to meet Gandalf in real life, it was him. This man, like the moment in the first movie where Gandalf like yells down at Bilbo about the ring, like that's how he sounded all the time. His voice just like was thunder, and I would have loved to play with him. It would have been super awesome. So who do I got? I got Abria, Henry Cavill, Dennis Krausnick. Oh God, I have two more. Right? Does the GM count in the 5?
Yes, they do.
Pedro Pascal.
Ooh, this table's too fucking hot. Except for your Shakespeare teacher. I don't know. Well, you say it sounds like Gandalf, and that's hot too.
Yeah,
Do not take me for a character.
Literally. Pedro Pascal and oh God, who else? Oh God, there's so many. This 5th spot. What do I do with this 5th spot? What do you? Let's see. I think I'm gonna have to go with Angiamani. I think for the 5th spot. I think so. Yeah.
Solid table. I would watch the absolute shit out of that.
Yeah. Be great.
What system?
Oh shoot. What system? I would. Let me look at my shelf. I think I would like to play with that group. I'd want to play Fabula Ultima.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's a god. I like it.
Yes.
JRPG.
Also. I don't know if you could see him, but I'm a very big fan of Sword Art Online. So anything like that is very reminiscent of like an MMO in that sense, and it's anime. I'm in. I'm down.
Hell yeah.
I'm here for that. That is a dope one. Our next question, our follow-up question is: you trip, fall, and become God Emperor of the TTRPG space. You snap your fingers and any 3 things you want happen, no matter how big, no matter how small, no matter how impossible. You have infinite cosmic power.
Oh my God.
Without the itty-bitty living space.
A moderate living space.
Okay. I have 3 wishes. Is that okay?
And they're not monkey pawed. They like straight up your intentions
will happen.
Yep.
Okay, so number one is number one is honestly, anytime I tell people what I do, they'll stop at being like, so what do you really do? You know what I mean? Like that thing for anybody in the space who works in TTRPGs in whatever capacity it is. Well, the thing I would like is that like at every family Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever it is, when you say I'm a professional dungeon master, your family will be like, oh my God, that's crazy. And like no one will question. That's number one. That's just for everybody's mental health on the holidays. Because having to explain to my family on Thanksgiving what I do for work is like my fiance's parents just say he works on social media. That's all they say because they don't really understand.
content creators everywhere just took a deep breath of fresh air. Like, oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God. So that's number one. Number two is how do I say this in the nicest way possible? That the let's see, how do I say this nicely?
Say it meanly.
Those old farts who very often come into our space and try to shit on things and ruin things because they're like, what we put in the 90s or the 80s or whatever. That they would just
grognards.
Yeah, the grognards. Yeah, the grognards that they would suddenly just be like, I don't know if I'm good, and they just leave. They don't get on Twitter. They don't understand how to use it forever. They don't know how to leave comments. All of it just gone, out of it, ejected. Like if you're not gonna be kind to other people, get on and get out of here.
So is this wish for all ignorant racists to forget how to use the internet? Because I think that might have just been the best goddamn wish.
I think so. I think that would be great. That they'd be like, "Oh, did you get my email?"
They still get to exist. They just fundamentally can't understand.
They can't use the internet. They don't get it. They don't get it. So they're just shouting into the void in their basements. Like that's all they could do. They got to go back to writing newsletters that nobody's gonna read, and like putting those on people's doors. I guess. Like that's.
I just imagine the day you're talking with somebody that you used to hang out with every now and then, and you're just like, "Hey man, did you see the thing I wrote on Twitter?" And they're like, "For the life of me, I just can't figure it out." You're like,
"Oh no, Judas! Oh no." Yes, 100%. Okay, so that's 2 wishes. I have 1 wish left, right?
Yes.
That everyone who does work in this space gets paid what they deserve. They pay what they deserve. And whether that is you are on shows, you are educating people, whatever it is, you're writing book, whatever it is, you deserve to be paid a livable wage for your work in this space and your passion in this space. That would be the last one.
Bing bong. Yeah. I love all 3 of those. I have to admit, number 2 is my favorite, just because now I'm
racists forget how to use the internet.
Now I'm thinking about the fucking real life consequences of that. Half our government is just like, we don't fucking know how to do this.
How do we do this? What do you mean, Zoom? Zoom what? We gotta go fast? We're old. We can't run. What are you talking about?
What is this? Email.
What is this?
There's only one mail. The Christian mail.
I mean, but I guess like ultimately that would solve a lot of our problems, because if they can communicate, we can't really use them. So gotta like be like, all right, guys,
I'm out of here.
Golf or something. We gotta get
propaganda. You got propaganda bots talking to like nobody.
Yeah, to nobody. To nobody. They're like, we're not getting any likes or engagement or rage farming anymore. What happened? They're all just shouting at their walls. They don't know how to get on the internet. Bada bing, bada boom, problem solved.
That's I'm sorry, that's just good. All right.
I'm here for it.
So I'm splitting this question in 2. I'm asking part 1 of the question now and part 2 on our second half after we take a break. My part 1 is, this is going to be your signature move. What do you think your signature move as a player is? Like, what's that one thing that you bring to a game as a player that you feel like is the most beneficial to a game?
The most beneficial to a game. Like my signature move as a player, I think would be. Okay, so I probably gonna have to elaborate on this, but it's like where I'm presented with 3 doors and I'm like, what about the ladder hatch? Like what about that? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what if I did this? So often I like to do that, where it's like not derailing the plans, but just like finding a 4th option where I'm like, what thing up there, and then just watching my GM's face, just like their eyes widen. And there's that stiff moment of silence as their brains racing through every media, pulp culture that they have in their head to find what's going to happen next. I think.
I love that. The secret fourth thing.
Nah,
Yeah. What about that thing?
those are my favorite players, the ones that ask the questions that like,
What if I did this?
yeah, you gotta make your GM think. You gotta make them.
Gotta make them work. I don't want to be easy. I was playing in a like seafaring game, and a tidal wave was coming towards our ship, and they're like, "What are you gonna do with your boat?" And I was like, "Can I go on the front of the boat and cast tidal wave under our ship?" And the GM was like, I guess. I was like, "Cool, great." That's what we just, just finding that little extra option on the side.
Listen, the original purpose for the GM screen was for your GM to have a place to panic at the table. Okay, so
That's true.
I have fidget toys for that very reason. That behind the GM screen, I'm like,
can't tell you how many times I'm like, oh, let me check something out real quick, and then like I go onto the GM screen, I'm just like, what the fuck do I? What do I do? What shit?
The GM screen.
They weren't supposed to be here for 2 weeks.
Fuck, they're asking too many questions. Now I know how the government feels.
We don't have this figured out. We're just going. Somebody wrote some stuff 100-something years ago, and now we're just using it.
We're just going off vibes now at this point. And the
Quit
vibes are
asking
racist.
questions and just do the fucking thing I told you to do. That's the only thing that can make me feel even the slightest empathy for the government is just being a GM. There's nothing more invigorating to a game and terrifying than a smart player.
Yep.
I watched our friend Sam DeLev ask our buddy Eric over on Streampunks like some of the smartest questions, and I just watch him handle it with such grace, and I'm like, if that were me, I would be shitting my pants. Right now.
He probably was. They probably were. They're just keeping it cool.
All right. So another question that I want to start to ask more regularly is, do you have a role-playing moment that you kind of like when you think about your role-playing, it's the first thing to come up, like a treasured RP memory?
A treasured RP memory. I think it was oh man. I think it was a treasured RP memory was I was playing this old grumpy Leonin fighter, and like I had a scene where like he learned how to paint, and it was just like, oh, it's just a very like sweet, like kind of like not the wild crazy fighting people or whatever. It was just like learning. It was just a lion, like former general, learning how to paint. It was just this really sweet moment. And that would be as like an RP moment as a player. I think that what comes to mind.
The few times I've asked this question, it's never like in the middle of this battle, like I did a backflip and cut off something. It's always something small. Yeah, and I love that event.
Yeah,
I love that. Like I kind of want to collect more of the show is just me collecting emotions like fucking.
Give
Thanos
me your memories.
We shall store them on YouTube.
All your treasured RP memories are mine.
That reminds me of another question that I always ask you that I forgot to. Thank you, Anita. So you have a platform on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, and Patreon,
and Instagram,
and
Twitch.
My man, you're all over the place, and I love
Too many platforms.
My question is, which audience gives you the hardest time?
Facebook.
Because it's all
I didn't even
old
know I
people.
had a Facebook page, okay? Because I had the cross posting thing like on. And so it was posting my reels. And then one day I got a deposit from Facebook. And I was like, what the hell? And so I went onto Facebook. Sure as shit, there's Alec the Bard, 15,000 followers on Facebook, and the meanest comments I've ever gotten in my entire life. Like, all right, like I got bullied as shit when I was a kid, but this, I was like, oh, okay, all right. There's like this is rough. Like the meanest shit, the meanest shit. Like,
Out of pocket
ever-
too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry, just the way that unfurled. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I got money. Why did I get money? Oh my god.
Oh my god! I was like, oh, this is cool. I got a following on here. I should look at. I don't want to talk to these people. No,
It's just
No, I
monetized
don't-
negging at this point.
pretty much. And like the shitty thing is, Facebook pays one of the best out of all the social media platforms for the least amount of engagement. It's wild. And so I'm like, I guess I gotta go get bullied, like to get some money, like, you know, and walk over there and post the stupid ass videos. But just some of the cruelest fucking comments, man. There's some people who are very
I
nice.
did not expect that. I usually expect YouTube to be the answer for Facebook. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, I mean, YouTube's not bad. Like, it's not terrible. Like, YouTube's pretty okay. Like, I get some comments here or there. But I've just learned these days and age, like, unless they're being offensive or making somebody uncomfortable, if they're just saying cringe or something like that, leave it up. That's engagement. It'll drive your video forward. Yeah, you can put comment filters and nobody will know. And like, but Facebook, yeah, it's that shit hurts. That shit was mean.
Facebook doesn't pay for engagement. They pay reparation.
That's good. That's fucking good. Well done, Shadow.
Well done.
That's fantastic. They're like, you're gonna get your feelings hurt, so here you go.
There you go.
Here's some money
gotta
to
be mean.
you could cry to these dollar bills.
You can cry with these dollar bills.
Listen,
Wipe up your tears.
We read their data. We know what they're capable of. You deserve this.
Yep, we know what we've seen it. There you go. That's fantastic. That's gotta be on a t-shirt. That's gotta be on a t-shirt somewhere.
So many folds in your brain, Shadow Dow.
I'm sorry. I'm just that whole situation is just like to go from hey income fuck
I'm getting
just
bullied.
so quickly.
See, here's a funny story. It's like I've had the exact like flip reverse problem with Facebook and Twitter. Like before the prawn cracker that we went through, the
what
prawn cracker, the panini, the panunu,
oh
the
okay
ponderosa.
I was like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I
prawn
I need
cracker is way
clarification.
too far like look
Nah.
at this.
It's perfect. It's anyways. Before that whole thing went down, I started a group playing Dungeons and Dragons in my city, and there's one of the big Twitter accounts in my city posted like, what do you want to do with like if you had like a little bit more of a platform or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, this is what I want to do. I want to start like a group of people who play like women and femmes who learn how to play D&D if they're like a little bit intimidated by the boys club and game stores, that sort of thing. They retweeted me on Twitter and they reposted it to their Facebook, and this account had like about 1 million followers between the both of them. I got the worst comments on Twitter and
Tracks.
the most positive engagement on Facebook for some reason.
Huh.
It was
I mean, I'll take it.
but I mean, it got me here, so I'm not
Yeah,
gonna fault
ta-da.
it. Ta-da.
Yeah. Twitter is its own The only reason I'm on Twitter is because Harley, who works in the TTRPG space, she's like, Alec, you gotta be on Twitter. I was like, I don't wanna. It scares me. And she's like, you gotta, because every day I get on there, somebody's mad, and I'm like, who are we mad at today? Who am I fighting? Like, who do I gotta? What's happening every day? It's like waking up from the Matrix every time I get on Twitter in the morning, just like trying to figure out what's happening, what's going on.
Yeah, waking up and checking your Twitter is like waking up in a barrack and being handed a gun. Like,
like
all
the
right.
sirens are already going off. Like,
see, the thing I hate about Twitter is it makes me mad at people I like.
yeah.
That's why I had to step away. I was just like,
No. Yeah. Like, why are you saying this? Why are you doing that? Stop it. Knock it off. It's just one of, and these days, like, I get weird ads and stuff like that, and it's just like I don't really understand the ad.
Well, I mean, all the ads on Twitter at this point are like drop shippers and bots,
Right?
Like
an AI. Yeah.
What the fuck is dropshipper?
A dropshipper is like where like you advertise a product that you're selling, but it's basically coming from a third party, and you're kind of like the middle person.
It's basically coming from Temu or Wish, mostly, and but you're selling it like it's your product.
Okay.
Yeah. You're like, look at this dice tower. Don't check Amazon. Like,
this dice tower is it's the dice tower that I am selling to you. Don't check Wish. Don't check AliExpress.
Don't check it. Stop it.
You definitely can't buy 5 of these for like 20 cents
all
each.
the fucking TikTok shops are as well?
Yeah. Dropshippers.
Unless they're like you're like, unless they're like a person who actually makes something like physically themselves. Yeah, that's pretty much what every TikTok shop is.
Okay, well, I learned something new today. Then I wish I didn't.
Ruining the internet for Noir.
So, you know, it's kind of. I thought I had been to all the worst parts of the internet, and in doing this show, I have been shown and introduced to things that I still haven't recovered from.
There are things that creep in the dark. The internet.
These motherfuckers ruined sea otters for me.
True.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You heartless motherfucker.
Oh, we told you not to Google it. We told you to protect your peace, but you did.
You know what happens when you tell me not to do something.
You're a brat.
You gotta tell them to do it, and they're gonna be like, I don't want to do it.
Sam and I told you. Me and Sam are yelling at you.
I refuse to be ganged up on.
We said, you love sea otters. Keep that love for sea otters. Just keep it. Just hold on to it. It's precious. Little guys cracking shells and eating them.
And lies like that, being adorable, mating for life, and murdering. You know what? I think I re-love them again because they murder together. Yeah. That's the thing.
It's a family.
You go out there, you find the love of your life, and then you commit atrocities with them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
this message is approved by Critical Misses.
I need to put a disclaimer at the bottom of this.
Commit atrocities with your loved ones, everyone.
Your publicist is gonna be like, why the fuck did you go on this shit? Do you know how many horrid sound clips there are? No,
fine. It's fine.
Noir, I refuse to be ganged up on. Also, Noir is a GM.
True.
That is true. Last question, then we can start to head on over to break. Because I'm all out of juice.
Oh no.
What's your preference, GM or player, and why?
I prefer to be a GM. Because it's the same thing that like I kind of, when I was talking about the studio, like why I want to do the studio is because I enjoy providing space for others to tell a story. You know what I mean? And I enjoy the jumping as much to like as much as I will complain about when players doing wild and crazy things. I love that shit. That's my jam. When when I have to look at my notes app and go delete, like that's and like figure it out. Like that's one of my favorite things. And I just enjoy like providing a space for others to play in. You know, I just like it. And I like playing, don't get me wrong, but I just prefer to GM.
No, I completely get that. There are usually about 3 answers that we get for why someone wants to be a GM. One, it's I can't just be one person, my brain won't let me. 2, I like providing space for people. And 3 is I need the control.
I need the control. I need to be in charge.
I can't.
I mean, I'm
You
sure
need to
deep
be in
down
charge, but
psychologically
at the
that's
same
part of it
time-
somewhere.
You say you need to be in charge, but at the
what
same
kind
time,
of-
you play with me on a regular basis.
How
How many times have I derailed your plans?
And I mean, you've attempted.
I feel like this is the point of tension.
I cannot be stopped. No, I'm kidding. All right. So that being said, we're gonna go ahead and hop on our first break, the very first one we've ever taken today.
Totally didn't take one earlier.
Totally didn't take one earlier.
I'm gonna refill my beverages, and we'll be back with the dark roast.
What?
All right.
What?
It's the second half of the show.
Oh, God, I'm like, what the fuck? What
right.
do you mean?
We'll see you soon. And we're back. Hello.
And that's why OJ didn't do anything wrong. No, I'm just-
Whoa, look at the time. I gotta go.
This is
You gotta get yourself canceled.
I've been baiting it.
Bring it on. I've been through it twice.
Do it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. No, it's bad.
Set me free.
Oh, Christ.
Welcome back to the second half of the show, everybody.
Hello.
I was trying to think of like the most outlandish thing one could say to be canceled, and all I could think of is D&D has its share of interest in the hobby because they deserve it. I don't really mean that, but I can just feel people get mad. Welcome to the Dark Roast. This is the second half. We've given it a special, intimidating sounding name, but honestly, it is just more of the same. We do have some segments that we only do on the Dark Roast, however, and I think we're just gonna go ahead and get started with one of the newer ones, which is, and we forgot to do this last week. Shame on me. We'll have to reach out to our guest.
How could you?
I know I'm a terrible person,
How
but
dare you? Yes.
it is the tabletop commandments. So we have gotten tabletop commandments from a number of our guests. We've got to reach back out to our guests last week and get theirs. But this is where we hope to get yours, and I'll read to you the ones that we have already.
Okay.
So Sarah, aka Hype Goblin's commandment is everyone at the table should be just as invested in other people's story as their own. Amelia Tyler, the narrator for Baldur's Gate 3, their commandment is thou shalt create fun experiences with players less experienced than you without the GM asking you to. Dr. Emily Friedman, their commandment is thou shalt play many different games with many different people, and thou shalt not treat people as things. So now, Alec the Bard,
Just me.
what is your commandment?
My commandment. That's an obvious one. Let's see. I'm gonna say thou shalt Um, you should. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of the thou with Shalt because as much as I want to be aesthetic and fun, I can't put it into that. Prioritize telling a good story as a group over a story as an individual. I think that's very close to Sarah's. I think that's very close to Hype Goblins, but it comes down to that, like, everyone at the table is equally as important. You know what I mean? The GM and the players are all equally important because without each other, we'd just be talking to ourselves in a room.
I like
I
it.
cast Fireball. Like, it's, you know. And that's, I mean, Denmar in chat, that's my other commandment is all of your baddies must have daddy energy.
Listen, I will include it.
All the baddies must be hot. That's if I don't want to fight them.
It's in the list now.
All
Thou
right,
shalt
there we
give
go.
your baddies daddy energy.
Honestly, that's on brand for me, so we could go with that one. Thank you for that.
Even the femme.
Or Denmark.
Baddies.
Yep, all of them. Yep.
Listen, I believe daddy energy transcends masculinity.
transcend.
It does. 100%. 100%.
Oh, I love it. Now, sticking with the religious themes, because this is where my trauma manifested.
Oh boy. Oh, let's get into it.
No, just my religious trauma. We have TTRPG Confessions. Now, this is where if you feel that you bring a habit to the table that is less than stellar, this is where you can confess your sins. We will give you a penance, and then go on and live your best life. Now, of course, this is one of those examples. This is one of those segments where we lead by example. So, Anita, do you have any sins?
I've confessed
I
so
got
many.
one. Okay, I will confess. I will confess. Here we go. Ooh, here we go. Here it is. I will yell to the heavens, romance me, you coward. But when it's presented like in a game, I'm a little shy on the trigger. All right, I might be made out of 3% bitch. I didn't know it till I was like, I'm 100% pure gray gangster. There turns out to be 3% bitch in there.
97.
You know, I'm 97% gangster, 3% bitch. I had the opportunity to like really jump in 10 toes down, stand on business on the romance me coward side of things in the game. And I dipped my pinky toe in, which is not 10 toes down standing on business.
No.
That's like 9.5.
So that is my confession. It turns out there's some bitch in my gangster.
All right. It's balanced.
What is my penance?
Your penance?
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is where y'all can come up with any penance you see fit, like any kind of punishment, retribution, or task that I must do to make up for my sin of being 3% bitch. Anita, you got any ideas?
A TikTok video with your best Riz D&D pickup line. like find it, like you can Google it, look at D&D pickup lines, and like the first 5 TikTok video. Bada big, bada boom.
Oh! I will accept this.
I'm so sorry. That was me. That was me.
No, it's great. Siege in chat is saying, Noir, romance me, you cowards. Eric throws an option in Silver Creek. Noir, nope, I'm going hunting instead. Yeah.
Oh no. They left. They're gone. We broke them.
Because the exact
all out.
circumstance got called out.
Perfect. Nora, how's it feel to get dunked on?
You know what? I'm 5'5". I'm used to it.
Oh no.
Alex said beat me on the internet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a playlist on my TikTok of easy pickup lines if you need
Oh
inspiration.
my god!
On my page.
This confessional hit harder than I thought it would. Oh god! Yeah, Anita, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, as I have to still give you a penance.
Yeah.
Your job is now to smooch one PC with consent, or NPC also with consent.
Okay. Who else has got a sin?
Mine is in a
Don't know
similar
shit.
vein. Mine is in a similar vein to yours.
Okay.
I am all aboard being romanced in an RPG, but when it comes for me to be romanced, I have made a trash gremlin monster that is unlovable.
Oh
Or is undateable, we'll say.
no. Okay.
Okay.
I make as Noir has put it, I make a raccoon that lives in a garbage can mech suit with chainsaws for arms.
That's awesome. I want to see that. I want to hang out with them. They sound awesome.
Now smooch that, please.
Hey, I ain't gonna yuck somebody's yum. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You have your next PC should be a PC that you yourself want to smooch.
Okay.
I was gonna suggest something similar.
Yeah.
Like next character, highest charisma you could make it. Like even if it's not like you're playing a cleric, charisma, fuck wisdom. Like whatever.
My
whatever.
hotness will bring you back to life.
Exactly. Giving mouth to mouth a new name. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I would agree. Then your next character needs to be like the Riz Master.
Okay,
Whatever
so
it
here's the
is.
thing. The last character that I played in our Pathfinder game was the highest charisma character in the party. They were a druid,
You want to tell her what you played?
but they were a little plant person. They were just a little plant guy.
Okay.
I was
Okay,
made
so
out of cattails. I was a little swamp monster.
Well, Swamp Monster. I like that. That's cute. All right. Well, like how about this? I'm gonna redact my penance and change it a bit. If that's all right.
Go for
Yeah.
it.
Next time, you got to play the character with the biggest daddy energy you can.
Okay.
Yes.
There
right.
we go. There we go.
Embrace the daddy.
Yes,
All right.
the biggest daddy energy you can
All
find.
right.
That's it.
I'll bring some daddy to the table next time.
Okay, now I have to confess. I have to find what sin I commit at the table. If going, I mean, let's see. I commit a fair amount of sins at the table, but like I would say, let's see. Oh man. Let's see. Should I stick with you? Want me to stick with the romance trend?
I mean, if you want
It's
to.
whatever you feel.
I'll stick with the romance trend. I guess a sin I commit, which I get called out on, like since I started doing this, is that every single bad guy, every single one, whether they're femme presenting, they are masc presenting, it doesn't matter. They are hot. It doesn't matter if they're a monster. Doesn't matter if they're humanoid. Doesn't matter what their age is. They are always sexy. every goddamn time, every single one. I'm literally writing a book about hot villains. Like, so no matter what, I've never made a non-hot villain.
I feel so bad for this penance.
Oh, what do you mean?
I feel so bad for this.
What you gonna do?
You either oh no, that's too me. I'll say either take a villain or create a villain and replace their daddy energy with incel energy.
Oh man.
Oh
man.
It's gross.
That's man. I might get canceled. Man. All right.
That's actually kind of the villain for our Star Trek game on Streambugs.
It is.
All right. Shit, I gotta make an incel.
That's
All
why
right.
I enjoy watching y'all kick the shit out.
All right. I mean, okay. That makes it. It's gonna be cathartic. Yeah. All right. I have to make an incel baddie. Got it.
I have an idea for how it could happen. Look, your community is on point. Today's episode is going hard. But yes, that's my penance.
All right. I can do
I'm
that.
gonna say. Ooh, I'm gonna say instead of channeling your villain into like pure hotness or incel energy, I'm gonna say give your villain like a sympathetic. Make your villain sympathetic. Like make your party like, are we doing the right thing by vanquishing this person?
Okay.
Make your party second guess their choices.
Good. All right. I can do
That's a
that.
good one.
I can do
That's
that.
a good one.
I can do that. Okay. All right. Well, there we go.
And those are our penance for today.
Damn. I can't wait to see your TikTok, Noir.
I know. It's
Hey,
gonna be
Maria.
so fucking. It's gonna be so. Listen, I'm gonna be
Buddy?
so uncomfortable doing it. It's gonna be great.
Hail
you-
Labria,
you
go
should-
forth and sin no more.
You should just like set up your phone, hit record, and record yourself doing it, but then edit it in the middle of you like breaking and be like, and then just going back and trying to be great.
Just to have the video and then to have the blooper video.
Yeah, exactly. Content.
Oh.
There you go.
There it is.
Content.
All right. That brings us to, remember I had one question that I'm splitting into two? Well, here's the second part of it. What is your special move as a player?
Or GM.
Or
As a
GM.
GM.
GM, sorry.
As a GM, my special move that I bring to a table as a player or as a GM is I think I fuck up. I eat when I do scene transitions. I think I'm pretty good at like just like being able to turn the entire game like 180 and it like not feeling bumpy. I think I could fuck with that. I do good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I have to give you credit. I've only played with you once, but I have to say, I love your time management. Like time management, I think is one of those things that people don't really consider when they're GMing, and that could be at the detriment. Because I've sat at a table for 3 hours where like my character gets maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
And like, I hate that. I mean, you do a pretty masterful job making
Thank
sure
you.
everybody at the table gets to eat.
They all get the spotlight. They all get the spotlight.
So that is going to bring us to Petty Prime Time.
What?
Oh, don't worry, we'll tell you what Petty Prime Time is.
Okay.
Petty Prime Time is where you get a chance to subtweet in real life. Like if there's something on your chest and you just want to get it off, this is where you can just say something, no context, and you just get it off your chest. If people know what you're talking about, cool. If they don't, no skin off your back. You just get to get it out.
Any prime time. I get to subtweet. Okay. I gotta be careful, man.
Don't worry. We lead by example here, and here we go. I would
Okay,
just like to remind all of you that FOMO is a thing. And in your feeling of FOMO, this tends to happen when major conventions happens. You can say some hurtful or dumb shit. So if you do find yourself feeling a wave of FOMO, consider shutting the fuck up. That's it. That is my petty proud time.
I got one.
Yeah, you got one.
If you are a content creator or a person that works with creatives who, I don't know, might have commission slots open for art, maybe don't advertise a wave of things that use AI generated assets. Especially since all of those artists have told you
Yep.
not
Yep.
to use AI generated assets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Okay. All right. I got one. I got a lot, honestly. I could be petty. But but like I think that something that a lot of groups, they want their shows to have attention, and they want their shows to get traction and things like that. And when they don't, they blame other things. And one of the most important things that you can learn as an actual play producer or director or DM or whatever is learning how to make short form content about your show. Because that in this day and age, that is how you get your show out there. And there's a lot of people who are like, well, it's just because nobody. It's like, no, because you gotta put in the work. If you're not gonna put in the work, you're not gonna put in the time. It's good. It's gotta be. And no, and but then, okay, can I do two?
Oh, feel free.
Yeah.
There's
All
really
right.
no limit.
And the other thing is, it doesn't matter who's on your show. It's got to be a good story. I ain't gonna say no more. I ain't gonna push it. But it doesn't matter who's on the show. Doesn't matter who's there.
Fuck it, his name is Mike. Listen, just having that person on your show does not make your shit good.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
It does not matter the level of celebrity that you bring to your show. If it ain't good, it ain't good.
I will follow up that with, if you bring a celebrity guest onto your show, be prepared for your numbers to inflate for that one episode and then drop off and
Yes.
never be the same again.
Yep. Amen to that. Yeah.
That
was
was
a-
so sweet. That was so super sweet. You can't make shit sparkle.
Oh, damn, Sammy. Damn. That's my mod who sent me the box of mean stuff.
I love your community. Oh, okay. that was some good shit right there.
Noir didn't twit longer, Noir twit strongered.
Yes. I just loved. There was a strong period of time where if you saw a twit logger link in somebody's shit, even without reading the rest of the context of that tweet, you're like, oh shit, here we go.
Here we go again.
Oh boy.
Who's in trouble? What milkshake duck is it this time? And like, again, that's why Twitter scared the fuck out of me, man. Because I'll be following somebody and people are like, you follow them? And I'm like, what happened? Like, didn't you see the tweet longer? I'm like, no,
I just got here, I'm vibing!
got here. I think you know how it works.
Oh.
Oh man.
I think that's a small problem with the TTRPG space, is that there is a very short collective memory that we often forget who the villain of the week is 2 weeks after it happens.
Yes, truly. Or nobody, not everybody knows who the villain was.
And you don't know what you
do
don't know, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's the whole thing about just the internet in general is nuance does not exist. You know what I mean? Nuance and grace, no. It's you're either over here or you're over here. That's it. There's no wiggle room in the middle. And God bless you if you try to stand in that middle line. you're gonna get fired upon from both sides. It's the guy in Pirates of the Caribbean walking down the stairs as the ship's getting fired on from both sides. That's what it's like trying to bring nuance on the internet. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm sorry. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
And the thing is, like, people will hold grudges forever, and then like people will be beefing forever, and it's always over something like so. Like, listen, if you did something to somebody, all right, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself in a fire, whatever.
Right.
But like, if you did a business deal poorly, or if like you like if you
I mean, like, I'll say it, like, before we're in the section, like, when I first started, I screwed up like several times where I had no idea, you know what I mean? And I get it, it's cool, like, it's fine, but
I was talking more along the lines of something that happened with me. But it's just like I said, you know, to the effect of like, hey, let's all be professional. And somebody did a subtweet like, I can't believe this person that, you know, we were in a project with that went under with telling people to be professional. I'm like, you still mad? Like, just fucking
some people's
people
kids
are weird.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Or if you
But I
have
love
like
Rolodex.
a middling take that people are upset about, and then you're ruined forever.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. That you'll be on a list somewhere that it's like, because you said this one thing this one time, there's no room for nuance.
You know, but there is something that like I've kind of discussed with all of the guests that we've had lately, because we're starting to reach out more to the TTRPG TikTok side of things. And you know, the TikTok TTRPG side of things is reaching out more to the Twitter side of things. So it's kind of seeing them merge. And it's just like, part of me is excited, like, oh, my Twitter friends are meeting my TikTok friends. That's great. But then I'm like, my TikTok friends kind of have their shit together, and my Twitter friends absolutely do not. I don't know.
They don't have their shit together. You kidding me? They're on TikTok, man. That shit, in the early days of D&D TikTok, it was like every week there was something.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I
Oh my
mean,
god. 2020 to like 2020, like 1, almost 2.
It was the Wild West.
Yes. Every week we were fighting somebody. Every week some shit was going down. You didn't know if the gun was going to be pointed at you when you woke up tomorrow. You had no fucking clue.
Freckled Hobo. Can white people play black characters? Can GMs play black characters?
Listen, Freckled Hobo is a whole. Oh my!
Listen, I worked real hard to be the bad guy of TikTok and Twitter and Twitch and every other platform you can think of.
No, the fallout of Freckled Hobo nearly took out like half of D&D TikTok. Like, yes, 100%. 100%.
I missed that entirely.
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell a story of a time that I nearly got taken out. This, like, I'll put myself on blast. I got invited to an event, and I was like, I was a very young content creator, and I got invited to an event, and they're like, we're gonna pay for your travel, we're gonna pay you. It's like a camp. You're gonna have a great time. And I was like, cool.
Oh fuck, I remember this.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're like, all we need is you just need to make a video that we're gonna put in a compilation, and then we'll post it. And I was like, all right, cool. The video comes out. First person in the video is Freckled fucking Hobo.
No.
And I was like, oh no. And then fire rained from the sky. And it's my fault. 100% my fault. I did not do my research on who was involved in the project. It was that was my bad. But as soon as that video came out, I was like, oh, and then Wes, Arcane Anthems, is calling me, and he's like, what do we do? And I was like, I don't know, man. Katie and Source is calling me. I was like, I don't know, man. And just shit rained from the sky. And that day was when I learned to do my due diligence when I get invited to a project. And to make sure that I'm not working with a racist. You know.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. Yep. Shit. It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. And
Who all
like,
gonna be there?
but
I'm gonna be that question with the same joke.
like, check the email, check the CC. Who's CC if you get invited to a project, and also like do your due fucking diligence and check out your shit. That was I learned a hard lesson that day. It was like that video dropped and then the switches started. And it was
No. So, so when I think Freckle Hobo, I think purely like I don't know what you got to be tweaking on to like try to initiate a 1v1 with Critical Role.
that I was close with somebody who was close with them, and they said something to me to like legitimately. I was like, wow. They were like, I can never let them know that like that I'm more successful than them. That was something they said about this person.
See, I hate
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know we're in the petty part of the podcast today, but like, damn, like all the red flags.
Yeah. I just like if it wasn't so fucked up, I would almost respect the energy of going, nah, y'all took my character and I'm about to meet you on the floor about it.
But they just squared up with Critical Role and said it with their whole chest,
I
with 10 toes in the ground, and they're like, this
standing on business. Listen, today we realized 3% bitch. Freckle
Done.
Hobo, no bitch in there.
Just madness. Just
just minutes.
yep.
Oh, like,
man.
The energy required to be the bad guy on all platforms for like 2 weeks straight.
Not even, because it would be every like 6 months they do something.
Oh yeah, there was the goblin.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The what?
The Goblin. You missed the Goblin?
Yeah.
This isn't a setup for a joke.
I'm thinking like
She did a goblin cosplay that was very anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm. And then double down, as always.
no. No. Okay, listen. This whole time I was just like, my TikTok friends, they're all sweet. They got their shit together. They're working it out. My Twitter friends are horrible. They're like
They're the
war-
worst humans
they're-
imaginable.
they're like war grizzled vets. Like they're just aching for a fight. So I was just imagining my sweet TikTok babies and my war grizzled Twitter friends, and I'm just like, keep them separate.
No.
It's all the same. It's just a different platform. It's all the same. In the early days of D&D TikTok, there was wild stuff every week. Every week there was some like crazy person doing some crazy thing.
There was always some grognard who found a phone and did a hot take
Yep. And then it was stitched 11,000 times.
11,000 billion times.
And then one of those 11,000, like, again, there's no nuance. And then people were like, how could you? And then they took it into a whole other direction. It was wild. And God help you if you made a statement about rules. God's help you. God's help you.
Semi Freeze goes, Freckle Hobo is a hole you never want to fall down.
No. Shadow. A quick Google search just hurt my soul. Yep.
Jeez. I didn't like I listen, I knew TikTok had its moments, but I never and I thought Freckle Hobo was a one and done. I didn't
No.
She came back several times.
It's like every 6
Like-
months or so. Like whenever she felt like the follower count was dipping, she needed that rage engagement.
Yep. She's like that Saturday morning cartoon villain, like just like I'm back, like every 6 months. Just shows up.
Samaku!
I've arrived at Freckle Hobo. Are they still thinking? No, I don't think so. I knock on wood. I
I've
haven't
got them
heard.
blocked.
I haven't heard anything about them since. I know they're banned from pretty much every LARP in the United States. Yeah, I do know that. In the LARP community, they not a thing.
Ah, gotcha.
What?
Making sugar content.
What sugar
I
content?
think it's spicy content. I think.
Oh!
Yeah.
So
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, I've gotten so knocked off track.
Oh, you're all good. This show never has rails. It's fine.
This petty prime time got
It got a little
It got
spicy.
spicy.
it got
spicy.
it got
Pat,
it's-
piquant.
Well, I'm glad that you made it out of that heat. I forgot that you were involved.
I mean, I deserved every bit of heat that I got. You know, I will say, like every
Oh.
bit of heat that I got, that's my fault. I didn't do my due diligence. I didn't research. I didn't look it up. And that's the lesson to everybody. Is like I think I don't know who said it in chat. The first question when you get invited to a project should be who's involved.
Who all gonna be there?
Who all gonna be there? So you can make sure that you are supporting people you should be supporting and not supporting people you should be supporting.
Petty pay-per-view.
Petty pay-per-view. Yeah, goddamn.
You know what? I'm getting tired of you calling me.
Siege?
God damn it.
Damn, they coming for your throat, but they're giving
They're
you bits.
paying us at least.
They're giving you bits to hurt your feelings.
Thank you for
I
the
know, it's
bits.
just like,
And thank you for those gifted subs
it's
earlier.
Like, look here. Here's $1. Fuck you.
It's the
I got you
Facebook-
$1.
It's the Facebook thing all over again.
Yeah, exactly. Here's money, but we're gonna bully you horrendously. You're gonna talk to your therapist about me. Like,
Oh,
but here's money.
oh. Well, God, have I missed anything other than the big one? I just want to make sure.
The big one.
The big one.
What was the big one?
I'm looking on my list because I have this written down.
We were just talking about the time I nearly got canceled. So what's the big one?
This is where you get to talk about somebody you wish you could cancel because
Oh,
we have come to the point where we're talking about that guy. If you don't know what that guy is, that is a veritable black hole of fun at the table. Someone that if they were yeeted into the sun, your experience at the table would increase 100-fold. So, Alec the Bar, have you experienced that guy at the table?
Oh, I've experienced many that guys at the table. Been very now. Is this at the table specifically, or just in our realm, in our space?
You know what? Yes, I will give
Okay.
you. You can tell 2 stories if you like. You can give us multiple bad guys if you feel it. If you feel it froggy.
All right. So the first that guy is gonna be at the table. First that guy's gonna be at the table, and this was a person that I played with, that would take every emotionally vulnerable moment and turn it into a sex joke. And it just, like I'm all, again, I said earlier that like that's my secret cap. I'm always horny, but have some tact, gang. Have some tact. When you're at a table and somebody's doing an emotional scene, this is not the time to talk about how you like to be choked. It's not. We don't want to know. If we wanted to know, we would have asked. All right, so get on and get. You get to stepping, get to walking. Because because like it just makes people uncomfortable. Don't do it, gang. Like read the room. And I understand that sometimes social cues are difficult, but that's what safety tools are for. And if you're not using them in 2023, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And then the other thing is that if you're gonna be a creator in this space, and you're gonna be a creator that looks like me, okay? Don't profit off of people who don't. Don't do it. You know exactly who you are. You just sold the book. Don't do it. Don't do it. You know what I mean? And then when you get called out for it, don't double down. Don't do it.
Why do these motherfuckers keep doubling down? Like, if the double down is almost worse than the thing that you did initially.
Like it, because everybody. Here's the thing. Everybody is gonna make mistakes. Everybody in this, like I said, there's no room for nuance. So everybody's gonna fuck up eventually.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And for me, it's like if you own that fuck up, yeah, I'll probably be mad at you for a little bit. But if you own that fuck up, maybe I'll be like, all right, we're cool eventually. You know what I mean? Which is like I've had that experience where like somebody fucked up and I was like, I'm not gonna really associate with you for a while. But then they owned it, they got better, And then I'm like, all right, cool, we can move forward. But like, if you're gonna make a mistake and then like own it in the sense that like, no, I was right, then get on.
There's no room.
There's no room for you. Get on and get out of here. Like it's in this day and age with the amount of education that is out there on the internet. Google's free. You can look up anything to be like, as a white person, should I use someone else's culture to make money? No. You like, I think there's a trillion tweets out there.
But don't you know that as a white person, I have the best idea for a culture that is set in what could be considered Asia.
I know exactly what I think we're talking about the same person. I think we talk about the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know exactly who I'm
I
talking
have,
about.
but mine is super original because
Nope.
they're
It's not.
samurai.
It's not.
Did you consider that there might also be ninja? Uh-huh.
Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
What do you mean I can't play my samurai named Goku Naruto?
Like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. And like, I'm all for getting your bag, but like, do it ethically. You know what I mean? Get your money, but like, don't hurt marginalized groups in the process. Don't take money from marginalized groups. There we go.
It's not cultural appropriation. It's white culture to take things and say it's ours.
Oh no, don't do this.
It's the British Museum.
Oh my god, that's a better argument than most that I've actually heard of.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Don't
I'm
give
like,
them
fuck,
more
they got a point.
They got a point. Shit. They've been doing that shit for hundreds of years.
Part of our heritage.
Part of my heritage to take things. No.
No.
Knock it off.
No.
Knock it off. Bad.
Roll up a newspaper.
Yep. Stop it. Yeah, so that guy is the one who turned everything sexual when it shouldn't have been, and then the guy who's profiting off of people they shouldn't be.
The Quagmire and what do we call this other guy? What nickname would I give this?
The British Museum.
Standard white YouTuber. I don't know.
Standard white YouTuber actually feels kind of good. We got an SY and we got an SWY here.
Mhm.
We got to click and subscriber.
Yeah, we gotta click and subscriber. Oh man. I might get canceled for this. Who knows?
Love Murder Rose. Man, you don't remember the part in Hamlet where Ophelia leapt to her death and that one guy said, "Hey, you single though?"
Oh, we got a that guy in the chat. My that guy was the DM who said his campaign was LGBT plus inclusive, and then proceeded to call my trans character exclusively by slurs.
Jesus. Canceled.
Jesus Christ.
Canceled.
No, feel free to come into this game. This game is a safe space. I will feel
I
while
will
I
feel
make
safe
it
calling you a
unsafe.
slur.
By calling you slurs. Some people's kids. Somebody
got to talk to their son.
somebody got to talk to their kid. Like, Jesus fuck.
Oh my god.
Where do you think they learned it from, though, is the problem.
Yeah, probably. I mean, just again, Google is free. You know, like I'll admit, when I first walked into the content creation space, I grew up in white suburbia in Wisconsin. Okay, I didn't know shit, but like you can educate yourself. You know what I mean? You can take the time, educate yourself, do the research, you know, listen to other people, and just shut the fuck up. Shutting the fuck up
is a free action.
It is.
I have to say, I got the greatest validation in the world thanks to Baldur's Gate 3. I used to have a GM that just loved doing microaggressions and like just making my character feel a type of way because they are black. This GM of mine really loves Drow. And so they're playing Baldur's Gate as a Drow, and they were complaining to me like, holy shit, they just keep giving me shit because I'm a Drow. And I'm like, oh, is that rough?
Is that hard for you?
Is that
Get fucked.
Now you know. Now you fuckers know. Every person that says you gotta have racism in your games to make it feel realistic has to play Baldur's Gate as either
a drow.
drow or a tiefling.
Yep.
Tieflings get it even worse because they get
also Dwargar get it too, right?
Yep.
And also there's steep gnomes too, right? Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't know if they're playable though. I don't know.
No.
Yeah. All I know is that I started a playthrough as a tiefling and somebody called me horns in a way
Yeah.
that
It was a hard H. And you're like, whoa,
oh,
whoa.
Like, I don't know how, but your horn, you saying the word horns ended in an ER. So, so I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make a new character because I
I'm gonna
can't
change something. I'm gonna change this. I'm just gonna play high elf, man. Damn. Even then, they call you pointy ears.
I just played a dwarf, and then when you play a dwarf, you realize that a lot of things eat dwarves in that game, and they will let you know
that they eat dwarves.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, shit. Okay.
Unless you play
I
a
didn't know
human.
dwarves were part of the dietary. Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta play him. Average old
human.
I played a half elf. My playthrough's a half elf, and I haven't encountered the racism yet. But then again, I'm also, don't be such a snack then.
Nice. Impossible.
Love Murder Rose. It's like when I first played Dragon Age and heard knife ears for the first time, and my poor 12-year-old white soul left my body.
Bro, when I heard knife ears again, I switched characters.
You're like, okay.
Again, that ended in ER. How? Like I want to know we're actually gonna have to reach out to the audio director because I want to know the instruction
what was the note? What was the note?
That voice actor in the Druid Grove who calls you horns for the first time. I want to know what his notes were. Where did that come from? That felt a little too real.
That felt a little too real. What were the notes? I want to see them. What was the direct? How many takes? Did you do? Huh?
Did you send it back?
I feel like he got it on the first one.
And we're like, no, more racist.
I don't know what this horn is doing here. Like
whoa!
Stop crying. I said more racist.
More racist.
Okay, so that's actually gonna bring us to our last segment. And we like to end things on a positive note. So
okay, good. We were throwing shade for like 45 minutes.
We've been in the blood throwing shit. So this is where you get to throw some love instead of mud. This is called the community spotlight. Anybody that you felt has helped you get to where you are, anyone that you feel is not getting the shine that they should get, or anyone that you think we should reach out to and try to get on here, just shout them out. We are working on putting a compilation of all of our community spotlight people together. And yeah,
there's so many wonderful people that work in the space and wonderful things that get done. But one of my biggest inspirations as a GM and just like also as like an actual play producer would be Connie Chang. Their monologues are unmatched. Their work on their shows and Transplanter is like an inspiration in the space. And like one of my favorite things was at Gen Con at the Crit Awards. It was like this award, Connie Chang. This award, Connie Chang. This award, Connie Chang. Again and again and again and again. Just watching their work and watching their shows and their GMing style, like I have started to go back and try to work on my monologues because of the way that when I see their content. And they just grind and they put out fantastic work. Yes, they do have the ability to stare into your soul and wither it in 2 sentences. They are a fantastic creator. They are a fantastic person in the space, an inspiration. And also just a genuinely sweet, super nice person. Met him at Big Bad Con. They are truly lovely. Truly lovely. I could go on and on. But yeah, that would be my spotlight person. I would
All right.
I would call
And
it.
if you had anybody else you want to mention, feel free.
There's okay.
You can mention as many people as you like.
Oh God! All right.
If you want to tap at one, that's cool.
Let's see. I'll do 3. So number two. Let's see. There's so many fantastic people in this space. Let's see. Number 2, I'm gonna do a little like self plug for my editor, Ms. Lavender. If you are an actual play producer or you are running an actual play and you need somebody to edit your things, make your overlays, and then make shorts edits that will make you cry, they're your person. The name's Ms. Lavender on Twitter, MIZ, then Lavender on Twitter. I don't know what their actual I think it's Ms._Lavender, maybe. But they are unmatched when it comes to editing. They're completely self-taught. They've been with me from the beginning. If you need somebody to edit your things, she's your gal. She does fantastic work. She's based out of Australia. I cannot sing her praises enough. There would be no Alec the Bard. There would be no Tales of Novum without Ms. Lavender. So if you need it, definitely shoot her a DM.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, literally she's self-taught. Like we started doing one show together and she started doing little video edits, and then she's to the point now where like makes these insane edits. And also she works fast. Like without asking, shit will just be done and uploaded and ready to go.
Business
and then I think my
lab,
third
I think is the business handle.
Yeah, I think it's Business Lab.
Yeah.
Yes, I think. Yeah,
it's
yeah,
I
Business
just threw it in
Lab. I think
chat.
is her editing handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I think my third and final one that I'd like to say something about. Let's see. There's so many fucking great people. There I would give a shout out to man. Oh man, there's so many people I want to talk about. I mean, oh gosh, I can't pick another one. Noir and Australians. What does that mean? Hold on. While I figure out who the third is. What is Noir and Australians?
I was hoping we
would scoop by that. No. We gotta talk about it. What is it?
All
what
right,
do you mean?
listen. I have foes. I have enemies. For example, I am going to fist fight the entire continent of Australia or anyone from Australia. I have to. It's been the charge given to me by a higher power. Also,
it was real awkward when Wassa came to visit.
Also, I have to fist fight Liam O'Brien.
What?
He knows what he did. And it's kind of funny because my chat, you know how your community is. Like they support you, but also
I have an antagonistic relationship with my audience.
Dickheads, right?
Yeah,
right. So we
what you did, Simmy.
Yeah. So we got Matt on here, and they were just like, "Hey, so you were talking all that shit about Leo? Are you gonna tell him?" And so I had to tell Matt to tell Liam O'Brien that if I see him, it's on site. And then I received confirmation that Liam O'Brien is aware that it is on site.
It's on site. It's on site. Got it. You boxing next time you see each other.
Yo, it's gotta go down. Like I don't want to throw these hands. God wants me to throw these.
God told me that I need to fight you. And that's it. Okay. All right. So, oh gosh.
For why it's on site, it's because Liam made Noir feel unsanctioned emotions.
Got it. Got it. It's that 3%. It's that
Yeah.
3% showing up again.
I think that might be where that 3% came from. In fact,
I think my last community spotlight is all of the people on Tabletop Tempest. It's a I don't know if you've seen it. The new TTRPG group that is out, that's being run by D&D Imposter, Hamasama-kun, and Latinos Against Spooky Shit. Is focusing on immigrants and their stories, and they are a fantastic group of people. I love all three of them. They are my homies. They are some of the best goddamn TTRPG performers in this space. Whether they will allow me to give them that compliment or not, they are fantastic people. And they just released another casting call. It's I believe it's going to be Hamasama's show. So if you're interested, look up Tabletop Tempest. Check them out. They are fantastic people. It's going to be another fantastic group of shows that comes out, focusing on I think stories that haven't been told as much as they need to be.
And you got confirmation in chat that yes, it is Hamasama-kun's
Yes.
story.
well, as always,
Yeah.
we dropped the links for everybody as they were being brought up. Show them some love. If they have a coffee, go hit up their coffee.
Yeah.
If you're interested in playing with Tabletop Tempest, folks, why wouldn't you be? They've got their casting call for American Effigy, so check that out. And I know that we always need some help with editing, especially short form stuff. So
Hit her up. She's one of the best.
so we might have some emails to send. But
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that said, that's been our episode today.
Hell
everybody.
yeah.
Of course, it is standard tradition. I have to bully you and let you know that you're coming back at some point.
Bring it. Let's do it. I'll come back anytime. This was a fantastic time.
Hell yeah.
Well, more than that, make sure you and everybody who's going has a safe and fun PAX. Make sure that you're watching your surroundings, you're watching your drinks, you're keeping your mask on, and you're being responsible. And make sure you don't leave yourself in any dangerous situations. But that said, I am one of your hosts, Noir. I go by he, they. You can find me every Monday over on Alt Haven, where we're playing our predation game. It's
Ooh.
us and dinosaurs,
Hell yeah.
and I might have to make a smooch happen.
You got to make a TikTok too. Don't think
Yeah.
don't think I forgot about that. I'm gonna be checking.
I'm
gonna be
looking at the
checking for it.
cosplay closet as we speak. Like, all right, old girl, we're going out for one more ride.
One more ride.
Every Friday, you can find me over on Gen Con TV, where I host their talk show, or their news show, Tabletop. Oh my god, I fucking forgot the show I'm on.
Table takes.
Table Takes. That's the one. Our new show. It's awesome. And then, of course, every Saturday you can find us right here on Critical Misses for Morning Ritual. Other than that, that's it. Stop perceiving me. Look to your next host.
Hi, that's me. I'm Anita. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me every Sunday with Noir over on Indoor Adventures channel, where the lovely Sarah Roberts, aka the Hype Goblin, is running us through a game of Apocalypse Keys. Over on Tuesdays, over on Modifius's channel, you can find me in a Star Trek Adventures actual play. And Tuesday evenings on this channel, we are producing Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have two shows that we are producing. Tuesdays is a game called Side Questers, and our last episode of that happens this next Tuesday. It's only 3 episodes. It's just a little shorty, but you can check it out. You can get caught up real quick and catch the finale on Tuesday. Then on Thursdays, we have Tidebreaker Resurgence, taking a break last week and this week because of PAX Unplugged, because a lot of the cast is going to be there. Go say hi. And on Saturdays, we have Morning Ritual. This Saturday, we will be off again because everybody's going to be over at PAX U, and we will be feeling all the FOMO. But yeah, that's been our show, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us today. Alec, tell us where people can find you.
Oh, yes, I am Alec, or Alec the Bard. You can find me everywhere on the internet under that title. And let's see. My shows, you can find my shows all on my YouTube. They air on the weekends. The finale of Heroes of Ashen Season 1 drops today at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be a doozy. Grab your tissues. You can find me at PAX U next week. I'll be teaching Social Dancing for Nerds 101. I'll be doing a live show, Heroes of Bastion Field Trip, and then I'll be on D&D Imposters panel, So You Want to Be a Game Master. If you see me, I'll most likely be in flannel or looking like Percy. Say hello. And you can find me also coming back next year. You can find me on Arclight Court on the Power Rangers actual play, Arkanites, where I play the Red Ranger. It's a lot of fun. You can find me on projects next year that I can't talk about yet. But I'll be around. Also, next summer, you can find me at Empire LARP. I'll be there in London if you're UK based. And then also, you can find me at Ujantry events next year doing some fun things that I can't talk about yet. But yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You said Empire LARPs, and I was like, is there another Midwestern LARP around here?
No,
You
it's
said
in London.
I was like,
It's in
fuck.
London. But listen. If you get your tickets now, tickets are real cheap. And also, the tickets to the event are only $60.
Might have to take a look at
Mhm. I always encourage more people to LARP.
LARPing is so much fun. Do it.
It's so much fun.
All right.
That being said, though,
I was going to say, that's being said, we are going to head on out of here. We're going to go say hello to our friend Sam Delev, who is currently playing Horizon Forbidden West. Sending some love over in that direction to the lovely Delevely. Thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out with us today. And until next time, everybody, the ritual has
get the
concluded.
fuck out.
Bye, everybody!
Thanks for behaving, kids. Thanks for behaving.
Bye.